Okay, boys, now we're ready to start adding some things like subtitles. So we're going to go in here, and I've got this option up here, and it's under annotate, okay, and it's text. Now if I go in there and I can click anywhere I want, and up will come this text box, and I'm going to type in front view. As long as I know how to spell it right, front view. Now, you don't need to have caps lock on because this will automatically print in capital letters. So make sure your caps lock is switched off and just type that in normally. Okay, now how big should that be? So you've got a size option over here. Now these dimensions are 2.5 millimeters, but we're going to make our subtitles 3.5 millimeters. We're going to go OK. And there you see it is, so we just press OK. And once you've done that, look, get that little two arrows crossing each other. You can pick that up and drag that and position that in the middle underneath the front view. And now we can do the same with our side view. So I'll set that to 3.5 first. And top view, and you can be tapping away doing this while I'm doing this as well, if you all happen to be doing the drawing at the same time. Isometric view, okay, now let's have a look at that. Mr. Wachner didn't scale that up. So that's okay. Don't have to delete it. Just go over here, right click, and you can edit the text. And then look, just highlight that and change that to 3.5. Okay, save you having to delete it and start all again. That looks fantastic. What we might do up here, we might actually give it a page title. So we'll go in here, and this time we're going to call it, oops-a-daisy, rectangular prism, and I'm going to type that in, and I'm going to highlight that. This time I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. I'm going to make that 5 millimeters. Okay, so I'll put that up there. Now what I can do now is I can position. So let's talk about balance before and alignment. See that little arrow there? That tells me that that's the center of the page. So why don't I stick that rectangular prism title right smack underneath the center of that. That looks fantastic. Now my top view, I can move that over there. My front view, I can align that. Now aligning your front and side view subtitles, well, no really easy way about that. You've just got to try and have a bit of a guess and say, does that look like they're about level? Maybe they are, maybe they aren't. And the other thing I'm looking for is, does that align up evenly underneath there? Okay. But you know what? I'm going to add another word to that. I'm going to call that the right side view. I think at this stage probably doesn't do any harm for you young blokes in year 8 to actually get into the habit of actually giving the full title to that view there. Okay. And what do you think about isometric view? Where should I put that? You point to the spot where you think I should put it. There. Put your finger on the screen. About there. Oh, you're very, very smart. Well done. Okay, so now we've got that positioned about right. That looks pretty good. Now, one of the things you've got to realise that if I start moving my views around, the top view does, the subtitle doesn't come with it. Okay, so that can be a bit of a problem. That's why I suggested you get your scale right first before we go and do this. So we'll position that there, and we'll have a look. Now come over here, and I'll just double click on that name, and then I'll put in Mr. Wachner. Okay, and over here I've got scale. Now remember I had a scale of 1, I think it was 1.2. Now that's not a normal scale that you would use. Okay, you don't see too many drawings with a scale of 1.2:1. It's usually 2:1 or 5:1 or 10:1 or 1:100 or 1:50, but very rarely will you see it like this. This isn't a conventional scale, but I think it's important for you to put that so you can provide evidence to your teacher that you can understand the concept of scale. So if you want to put that in, that would be a good idea, even though later on in the later grades that probably isn't a convention or a rule that you would normally follow. So there's the layout for my drawing, and if a schoolboy handed that into me, I would have to probably give him an A. Maybe move that up just a fraction, maybe move that a fraction up as well, only because I thought that that 70 and the top view are a little bit close together, and I think that's looking pretty fantastic. So if you can get that to that stage, then that's absolutely fantastic. Again, you need to go save it in your H drive in a folder next to this drawing here that you created. So you've saved that somewhere, that one has to be saved in the same spot. And if you can get this one set out pretty much like this, then you're well on your way to having a lot of success in graphics here at St. Lawrence's College. So best of luck.